middleweight title, the champion Francesco Ricci versus Dave Mundell.
And you can see right there, huge height advantage for Ricci. I believe the reach is a little bit off. I think Ricci definitely has a reach advantage on this one as well, so he's going to want to utilize that, make Dave Mundell pay every time he steps forward to land those punches.
Mundell, 5-1 in BKFC, 15 fights in his pro MMA career, including one in Bellator. He's also had one pro boxing bout. Mundell told us he's been working on establishing himself on the inside. He said, I don't want to fight in the clinch. I want to be in the pocket, and I want to use his term, quote, intelligent brawling.
Like range is very important for this. He knows he has to get on the inside, work those hooks, work those uppercuts. Feels like he's going to have to get a KO in this fight. Doesn't like the judges. Never has a good time when he goes there, so he definitely is going for the knockout this fight.
Mundell said, uppercuts on the inside. I cannot run forward. I will run right into Francesco Ricci's punches. I have to use head movement and timing to get to the inside.
Says he wants to get inside, but not only get inside, stay inside, move him, punch him, do all his work from that position.
Championship for Ricci as he enters his first fight as the titleist. Ricci also 1-0 in pro MMA. Ricci told us he wants to establish his reach advantage quickly and then work to the mid-range. Ricci also said constant feints, jab while keeping my head off the center line.
Sean, he wants to utilize those feints to open his opponent up. He wants to make his opponent throw, make mistakes, and counter from there.
Ricci said of Dave Mundell, and there is mutual respect between these two fighters. He is very good, Mundell, of sitting back. According to Ricci, Ricci said Mundell will wait for opportunities. I have to disrupt that plan with my power.
Disrupt that rhythm. He said he cannot let his opponent rest. He's got to push the pace the entire time. He says Mundell's very good when he fights at his pace. He's never seen him be pushing. It's his job to push him.
Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds for the BKFC World Middleweight Championship. Presented to you by Lions Not Sheep Apparel. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears denim. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, an even 175 pounds. His impressive bare knuckle record stands at 5 victories opposite a single defeat. Here is the #1 challenger, fighting out of Oldsmar, Florida, Dave the Redneck Mundell. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black trimmed in white. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 174.8 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands undefeated at 5-0. Here is your defending BKFC World Middleweight Champion, fighting out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, by way of Rome, Italy, Francesco Ricci. And our referee in charge of the action, Sam Burgos.
Set for our co-main event. The 5-0 champion Francesco Ricci versus the 5-1 challenger Dave Mundell.
Ready?
The belt, round number 1. Black trunks for the champion Francesco Ricci. Blue trunks for Dave Mundell. Mundell immediately to the outside. Wants to establish his outside game, use his patience, use his timing. Mutual respectful start between both fighters, Chris.
Absolutely, they both respect each other's power. It's going to be a tactical fight.
See the slight diversion with the jab of Mundell, up and down, then straight from the southpaw stance.
That's the thing about Mundell. He's so unpredictable right there. That makes it much more difficult. If you get into a guy's rhythm, you know what he's going to do. He continues to throw that jab, you can counter. Mundell makes that very difficult.
There's the uppercut on the inside. Well defended by Mundell. He really turned over that right hand. 60 seconds remaining, round number 1. Big right hand. And down goes the champion, Francesco Ricci.
Nothing new for Ricci, though. He's been down several times, in fact, but that was a beautiful punch right there by Dave Mundell.
Up at 8. We'll see how hard now Mundell goes for the first round finish.
I think he should jump all over him right now. Continue to come with hard punches.
Mundell with the feints. There is the answer. Mundell staying composed, not rushing into anything after dropping Ricci here in round 1.
He knows Ricci can be very dangerous when he's hurt.
Big right hand and another knockdown, number 2. 5, 6, 7, 8. Up at 8 again is Francesco Ricci. Massive round number 1 for Dave Mundell. There is the bell.
And Ricci was definitely hurt right there. That second one, he was not able to move as well. He was not able to see it, and that was why he got hit hard the second time. There was that good clubbing right hand. Another one. Good left hand. That was another good right hand. Here's that second knockdown. See, once again, you can just tell Francesco Ricci is a bit slower right now. He's a step behind because of the first knockdown. That wouldn't lead to the second one. He's very fortunate right now. The round ended, giving him a minute break. Let's see if he can recover. He has been able to do that in the past, but he hasn't been fighting Dave Mundell. Dave Mundell's been fantastic. You can just tell right there, he's very poised right now. Crisp, clean with his punches. He sees everything coming right now. Francesco Ricci's going to have to do something different, but he looks like his legs are back.
OnlyFans gives you our exclusive backstage look. Tom show for you. We'll see him next in our main event versus the 155-pound champion, Luis Palomino. Round number 2 of this fight, our co-main for the BKFC 175-pound champion.
And you can tell that Ricci right now feels like he's got to get that back. He's up the pace quite a bit right now, which is great, except for it leaves it open for even more shots.
Big right hand from Mundell, another right hand. Up to the body. Francesco Ricci trying to feel his way and indeed pull himself back into this fight.
He's done it before, Sean.
See the feints, the level changes from Mundell. Ricci with the right hand.
That's a good job for Ricci right now. He's not just sitting there waiting on his opponent and trying to counter, but he needs to get off first. Mundell is too good and too creative to just wait for him to tee off on him.
Straight right hands from the champion, Ricci. Taking off Mundell. In the center circle, you see the smear of blood on the left side of Ricci's face. Jab from Francesco Ricci. 45 seconds remaining, round 2. Mundell staying so elusive on the outside, but exploding in with power just like that. IQ overhand right from Dave Mundell. Ricci with the straight left.
Mundell doing those little level changes and head fakes. Disrupting the rhythm right there, Francesco Ricci.
Ricci to the inside. to the outside. 15 seconds now remaining round 2. Right uppercut lands for Ricky. That was well timed on the entry from Mundell. Mundell, you see the head movement, the feints on the level change, the duck under. Swelling now under Mundell's left eye. The bell, we move to round 3.
When your moment finally arrives and all your hard work, dedication, and loyalty to your craft is clear for all to see, your results will speak for themselves. Because when you need the hardest hitting tools on the market, you reach for the brand that always knows how to throw down, each and every time. Unbelievable. Crescent Tools, trusted by the trades.
Stay keep your distance with the jaw. Anytime you're ready with your distance, when they're coming in, you use your right. Okay, beat the distance. You gotta reach. What it? Good. You're good. Okay.
Second, go. 5. Mouthpiece. Blue mouth, red mouthpiece. Hold the line, gentlemen. At the bell.
Fighters towing the line up to scratch. Referee Sambergo starts round number 3. Fast start off of the scratch line here in round number 3 for Francesco Ricci.
Once again, I feel like Ricky feeling a sense of urgency right now. He knows he's not liking the pace of this fight. Knows he's down right now. He's going to have to do something different.
Ricci dropped twice by Mundell in round number 1. Again, no open scoring in Florida. We're not privy to the scorecards, but these judges are normally on point. You would think 10-7 across the board.
There's the stats right there. You can see Ricky's throwing more punches, but much better percentage right now for Mundell. Headshot, same thing. Mundell's landed 50%. Ricky's landed 23. However, Ricky has landed more.
You see Mundell cut inside his right brow, and Mundell lands a big right hand, overhand left. Mundell now to the body.
That was a devastating body shot. That knocked Ricky back. He felt that one, Sean. It's really slowed the pace right there. Ricky was coming forward. That body punch did a lot of damage.
Dealt with the jab to the body.
Look,
body shot, knockdown number 3.
You could just tell from that. I don't know if he's getting up from this, because when you get hit to the body, you can't breathe. Very difficult. Wow, very impressed right now with Ricky's ability to get up from that punch. And let's see if Mundell doesn't go to the body again, try and finish this fight right here. That straight left to the body is devastating.
Mundell has been brilliant to this stage in the fight. Level changes, body, head, body. Very creative, very elusive.
Targeting that body right there. He can tell the damage he's done with it already. It's going to make Ricky not be able to punch.
Huge left hand! We might be done, and we are! Dave Mundell is the new BKFC 175-pound champion.
Beautiful performance right there. Masterful. He just made it so unpredictable when he's going to throw the punch, where it was going to come from. Dave Mundell did a fantastic job. That's the best we've seen him look, Sean. What a left hand. Just waited for the right time. Waited for his opponent to throw a punch. Landed right on the button right there. He saw that little jab coming. He threw his straight left down the pipe.
Go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Sambergo, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 48 seconds into round number 3 for your winner by KO and new BKFC World Middleweight Champion, Dave the Redneck Mundell.
I'm here with the champion from Dunedin, Florida, Dave the Redneck Mundell. How you feeling right now, my friend? You made it happen. You said you were going to make it happen. It came to fruition, and it took 4 knockdowns, but you finally put them away.
You know, this is very bittersweet. I'm very happy to have the belt. I feel I deserve it. Richie's my boy. This is not a fight that I wanted, but it's just what had to happen. This is a business, and I still love him. I hope he feels the same for me, but we got to go on to bigger things.
But give you your flowers, man. That was one of the best knockouts that we've seen in BKFC, so congratulations for that. But this has been a long journey for you, man. Like we talked about, it's been a decade, over a decade in combat sports, but this is huge. You are world champion tonight in the Hard Rock. Just talk about it.
You know, I'm going to wait till the next the defense to be a little bit more chipper about it. Like I said, that's my boy. I just feel bad, but I appreciate everyone coming out here. I love you all. Coming to what I feel like is enemy territory. I had a huge crowd out here cheering for me, and I really appreciate it, guys.
There he is, folks. He is your undisputed champion, middleweight champion of the world, Dave the Redneck Mundell.
So impressed with Dave Mundell right there. Masterful performance. That's the best he's looked in complete control. Looked like one of the best fighters we have in any division, Sean.
Francesco Ricci entered as the undefeated BKFC middleweight champion. Dave Mundell, 4 knockdowns to the finish to take the title. The winner by way of 3rd round KO, Dave Mundell defeats Francesco Ricci.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 47 live Friday, July 14th. In the main event, the middleweight world title is on the line when Dave Redneck Mundell defends his title against the #1 ranked Mike The Marine Richman. In the co-main event, former foes fight for interim light heavyweight gold when Jared Captain Deadpool Warren fights Josh D-Day Dyer. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
The fight for the BKFC Interim Light Heavyweight Championship, Mike Richman versus Isaac Doolittle.
You can see here, Sean, a 2-inch height advantage for Isaac Doolittle. However, 1.5-inch reach advantage for Mike Richman. Probably not going to mean much in this fight. We've talked about this extensively. Whoever can implement their game plan is going to win this fight.
Isaac Doolittle, 4-0 overall in the sport of bare knuckle, 3-0 promotionally in BKFC. He's also had 3 pro MMA bouts. Doolittle holds a bachelor's degree in biochemistry and molecular biophysics. Needless to say, he is a very strategic, cerebral fighter.
Sean, I don't know what all that means. It's beyond me, but what that means is he is a smart fighter, like you said, and he feels like he wants this to be a battle of attrition. That means the fight's going long. He wants to drag it in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds, which we haven't seen Mike Richman make it to. Does he have a good cardio take? Does he have a gas take? We don't know because we haven't seen him there.
Isaac Doolittle told us, durability and stubbornness are my best assets as a fighter. Throughout my entire career, Chris, I have never known a fighter who is as self-aware as Isaac Doolittle. Again, he's very self-deprecating. He'll say, I have short arms. I'm not that fast. I'm not that athletic. But I wear down people, and I implement my strategy to victory.
Sean, I don't know if that's self-deprecating or just honest. He knows what he's doing. He knows here he wants to utilize body shots. Something he said that kind of surprised me. He feels like he doesn't really fight well until he gets hit once. So that sounds like something like guys who in their first fight say, not in their 4th.
Marine Corps veteran Mike Richman, undefeated through 5 bare-knuckle bouts, 4-0 with 1 no contest. He's 3-0 promotionally in bare knuckle fighting championship. A veteran of 26 pro MMA fights, including 12 in Bellator. When I commentated Mike Richman in Bellator, he fought at 135 and 145. That's almost impossible to believe now because, as you see, he looks like a natural 85er.
Well, Sean, that's what I keep talking about. The reason I feel like he's been so successful the lighter the guys are, the more speed, the more accuracy, the better they are. And this guy has that mentality and that speed and accuracy, but he bumped up a weight. He's just stronger, so he's fighting like a little fast guy, but he's fighting bigger guys who aren't nearly that pinpoint accurate, nearly as fast, and he's beating them to the punch every time.
Mike Richman said, angles and precision are my key to victory. Isaac Doolittle will come forward. I believe he is open for hard, clean shots. To get our main event started, we send it back to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds for the interim BKFC World Light Heavyweight Championship. Presented to you by OnlyFans. Sanctioned by the Colorado State Boxing Commission. Chairman Ryan Frazier. Executive Director Toni Cummings. The 3 judges scoring our championship main event. Oscar Martinez, Dean Abeta, and Mark Sanchez. And the third man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Big Dan Murgliata. And now, with our bare knuckle fans watching live worldwide on the BKFC app for the first time in Colorado State history, from the sold-out First Bank Center fight fans of Denver, it's time to knuckle. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 182.9 pounds. He is undefeated as a bare knuckle fighter at 4-0. Fighting out of Hope, Kansas. Here is Isaac, the Honey Badger Doolittle. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears tiger print. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 184 pounds even. He is also undefeated at 3-0, fighting out of Rosemount, Minnesota. Here is Mike The Marine Richman.
Said, I have to take away time and space from Mike Richman. I have to continually disrupt his balance. Dan Murgliata set to call both fighters up to scratch. The winner becomes the BKFC interim light heavyweight champion. Sporting touch of hands. Round number 1. Tiger print trunks for Mike Richman. Black trunks for Isaac Doolittle. Head movement immediately from Doolittle. Bounce on the outside from Richman. Doolittle on the duck under. Looking for the entry. Duck under again.
Now be careful ducking under like that with quick hands like Mike Richman. He will turn those under. He will uppercut you.
Richman on the exhale from the outside. Southpaw stance. Can you see the level change from Doolittle? On the roll under once more.
Good head movement from Doolittle, but you have to come back up there and punches.
Doolittle right to the body, and that's blocked by Richman. Richman now coming forward into the clinch. Left hand on the exit from Doolittle. 110 remaining around one of our main event. Snap jab from Richman. Richman resetting in the center circle. Doolittle, you see the continual upper body movement, the continual shoulder rolls and level changes. Just like that on cue. Jab from Doolittle, didn't fully land. Richman on the walk down pressure again. 40 seconds remaining round 1. Doolittle twists again, dipping his head on the overhand right.
Doing a good job of being unpredictable right now. Taking Mike Richman and trying to figure out exactly what his opponent is doing, what it's going to be.
Double flip jab, then the left hook from Richman. Doolittle swinging wide, looking for the entry into the pocket. There's a big left hand last from Richman. And taking a forward step. The front shoulder from Richman again, circling out. That is the end of round one.
Sean, I think both guys were able to do what they wanted right there. I think right now Doolittle just wants to continue this fight, make sure it keeps going a little bit later in the round. Very nice little sneaky 1-2 thrown by Mike Richman right there. My bad. I feel like right now Richman is just really downloading a lot of information right there.
How about it? If that hit, what's the power? Solid? All right, you got this. Thank you, come in. Let that stop. Thank you. Is it above the eye? All right, so
stay left. He wasn't able to get in and move the opponent around, grind on him at all. I think he just wants to make the fight go a little bit longer and see if Mike Richman can continue with that pace, because we've never seen him go past the second round, Sean.
This Richman's 6th ever bare knuckle bout. The jab to the inside. Jab right back from Doolittle. Doolittle again on the duck under. Right hand on the entry, counter right hand from Isaac Doolittle. Doolittle coming forward. A little to the body, to the inside. Doolittle snatching on the overhook, the right hand. Richman now taking a backward step. Big shots of the left hand. Isaac Doolittle to the inside. In the pocket, half time point. Short right hand, left hand.
Doolittle doing some good work in there. Made a hard punches right now.
Big right hand. Another right hand lands from Isaac Doolittle. The first spot of danger we've seen from Mike Richman in his BKFC career.
And Doolittle doing exactly what he does. He's smothering his opponent right now, not giving him an inch to breathe. Now he's working the body.
Left to the body. Doolittle, forehand to forehead. Now chest to chest. Big shots on the right hand. Suddenly Mike Richman playing all defense. Isaac Doolittle playing all offense. 50 seconds remaining round 2.
This is exactly the kind of fight that Isaac Doolittle wants, Sean.
Doolittle on the left hand. Short, sharp punches from Isaac Doolittle. In the pocket, in the clinch. Half tie plum now. Single collar tie from Isaac Doolittle. Switching to the other side on the tie plum. Right hand right back from Mike Richman. This is a big round 2 for Isaac Doolittle. He is exactly positionally where he wants to be.
And Mike Richman is stuck right now. He doesn't even know how to get off this position. He needs to hold his opponent and not let him punch. Earn that tie up.
Severe swelling around Mike Richman's right eye. Big left hook from Isaac Doolittle. Exhale from Richman, resetting. Short right hand from Doolittle. Spirit blood on the face of Richman. We move to round 3. Wow.
Lot of damage done right there to Mike Richman.
Get your breath. He's in.
Listen, you just feel a little bit of a slide, okay? These guys compare to it.
You're staying right there, Mike. If you're staying, you got to move. You got to move your head. You're staying stuck right there. You got your legs under. Get your breath.
Keep picking your shots. Be responsible with your defense, okay? He's trying to sickle you in.
Hands up, chin tucked. The uppercut's there. Follow with the hook.
Lower that heart rate, Mike. You lower that heart rate.
You got this, Mike.
Okay, this is what we talked about with our keys to victory. Get inside, push your opponent around. Don't give him an inch. Make him pay. Fight when you want to fight. This is exactly what Isaac Doolittle was able to do in that second round. And look at the results. Mike Richman is busted up for the first time.
The first time in 6 bare knuckle bouts that Mike Richman has entered the 3rd round. That was a huge round 2 for Isaac Doolittle. Richman coming forward, the duck under back Richman pulling himself back to the mid-range, right hand. Right to the body from Doolittle on the counter. Big right hand from Mike Richman. Richman on the left hand. Richman coming forward, resetting out with the left hand. Right hand on the overhand from Mike Richman.
Nice body shot.
Into the clinch. Underhook snatched by Isaac Doolittle with 1:25 remaining in round number 3.
To be honest, the thing that's been saving Isaac Doolittle has been his very good head movement right now. Avoid those huge shots.
Just saw the big exhale again from Mike Richman as he entered the pocket. Left hook, right hand from Richman. That was slick. Big left hand from Mike Richman. Another left hand on the entry. Momentum swinging back in favor of Mike Richman. Doolittle now exhaling. With the right hand, left hand. Doolittle trying to again enter the pocket and enter the clinch. Leaping right hand from Richman.
Oh, that body shot touches out of his hand.
And down goes Isaac Doolittle.
Isaac Doolittle looks exhausted, Sean. He's worn out. He's looking like Rocky at the end of Rocky 2, trying to get up off the ropes.
Wow! The count of 10 reached by Dan Martyna, and a massive come from behind victory for Mike Richman. He claims the title.
What a change there, Sean. At the end of the second round, it looked like Doolittle was totally in control. Richman was hurt. He came back in the third round and dominated. What a third round for Mike Richman. Great fight. You gotta love that. He experienced all the adversity right there in the second round. He looked out on his feet. He looked tired. He looked like he didn't have much left. Came back, got his wits together in the ground at the end of the round, and won the third.
Chris, you say it. In this sport, you have to be the hammer and the nail. We knew Mike Richman could be the hammer. He showed he could be the nail as well.
Unbelievable job. I mean, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to come back. We hadn't seen him deal with any adversity, and here's the end of the fight. Just great body. He landed a couple really hard body shots and just wore his opponent down right there. That pace that Isaac Doolittle put in, oh, there's a good shin shot right there. That just did the job.
Champions are made not by winning squashes, but by overcoming adversity, finding a way to come back and win. Make no mistake, that was a championship-like performance for Isaac Doolittle, and that was a phenomenal come-from-behind win for Mike Richman.
So it's very rare when you see a guy and you think, okay, I don't think he has the energy to keep doing this for 2 more rounds, 3 more rounds. That was honestly the feel I was getting at the end of that second round for Mike Richman. We talked about it. I'm not sure how good his career. He never goes that long. So if you go to the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, you never know. But he did great. Left over that challenge like a gazelle. Just jumped over and just doing phenomenal finish.
The irony in combat sports, Chris, is that Mike Richman has gained more respect and gained more fans by having that type of fight than if he had won a first-round squash.
100% correct, Sean.
Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Martyna, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 35 seconds into round number 3 for your winner by KO and new interim BKFC World Light Heavyweight Champion, Mike The Marine Richman.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 47 live Friday, July 14th. In the main event, the middleweight world title is on the line when Dave Redneck Mundell defends his title against the #1 ranked Mike The Marine Richman. In the co-main event, former foes fight for interim light heavyweight gold when Jared Captain Deadpool Warren fights Josh D-Day Dyer. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
In the 185-pound division, Jared Warren versus Josh Dyer.
And these guys look pretty identical. The only difference right now, Jared Warren has had a bare knuckle fight right now. He's 1-0 with us. That is huge. Sometimes people don't know what they're getting into until they get in here. They realize I've had boxing, I've had mixed martial arts. It's not quite the same. Joe Warren has that advantage, but Josh Dyer's ready to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 two-minute rounds in the bare knuckle 185-pound division. Presented to you by Mary Jane's House of Glass. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears gray. His official weight, 183.3 pounds. He holds an MMA record of 4 victories opposite 4 defeats and an undefeated bare knuckle record at 1-0. Fighting out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, here is Josh D-Day Dyer. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black and silver. His official weight, 184.5 pounds. He holds an undefeated bare knuckle record at 1-0. Fighting out of Tampa, Florida, here is Captain Deadpool, Jared Warren. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
See the pacing back and forth in his corner, Josh Dyer. Both fighters towing the line up to scratch. Round number 1, rapid fire start. Black and white trunks for Jared Warren, black trunks for Josh Dyer.
Oh, he's waving him on. Look at him, he's ready for this fight.
Wide open striking stance, open chest for Josh Dyer. Running forward with the punches and landing. First tie-up, good separation, good bit of refereeing from Andrew Glenn, keeping this fight flowing. In that stance, you can really see the kickboxing background of Jared Warren. Big uppercuts on the inside. Those are thudding uppercuts, and Warren pulls back. Dyer swinging big, getting to the inside. Again, Dyer told us, I want Warren to think I want to brawl, but then I want to start landing counters.
So maybe he's just kind of starting off like this in brawl mode. He's going to pull it back a little bit, because he definitely looks like he wants to brawl right now.
Left hand and the right hand. To the inside, uppercut just missing from Dyer. Warren starting to settle in, starting to find his rhythm.
And Dyer, he's got to be careful, because I know it only seems like 2 minutes isn't that long, but it is when you're spending lots of energy throwing heavy punches like this.
Push off from Jared Warren, trying to find his range. Steps in with the naked uppercut, does Jared Warren. Left hand over the top. 35 seconds remaining, round number 1.
Warren looks very relaxed right now. Staying loose, it's going to give
easy to guess.
Pay him a lot of dividends down as the fight goes, being able to continue to keep your win, not get as tired.
Hands very low, chest very open for Josh Dyer. Much more of an MMA striking stance to Warren's more traditional kickboxing stance.
It looks like he's talking to him out there.
Left hand lands from Dyer. Good right hand, counter right hand from Jared Warren. Hawk. And that is the end of round number 1. Right there.
Now, seeing as how that was Dyer's first round of bare knuckle, let's see if he learned anything. Let's see if he can learn to relax, not waste all his energy with those punches.
Just slow everything down. You look beautiful, right? Slow it down. Hey, only one. He's on the button. Oh, okay, great. He's fucking tired. Right? Listen. We'll get you some water on that next one. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Okay? We gotta make him miss and make him
punch and make him pay, but with 3 punches, not just one. All right? Okay. Let's get ready to rumble, baby. You're looking good. All right, head movement.
In our fighter meeting, Chris, Jared Warren told us,
some pop.
I want to be selective with my punches.
Back of it.
He was very selective, very precise in round number 1.
Absolutely. I heard Dyer's corner, they're giving some great advice. One of the things we always talk about is getting off first, but in addition to that, the next best thing is throw 3 punches. Don't just throw 1 punch.
To the second round we go. Big shot says the left hand, and down goes Jared Warren off of the left. And he is cut in his forehead.
Bad. It's bleeding bad right now.
Naked uppercut misses from Dyer. He has thrown some unconventional punches in his fight.
Dyer's eye right now, something's bothering about his eye. Looks like he either got poked or he got cut on his eye, but he definitely backed away, blinking.
See the spirit blood all over the forehead of Jared Warren from that forehead cut. There's blood on the right arm and the chest of Dyer, but it's Warren's blood. Left and right hand, and that is a knockdown.
3, 4, 5.
Once again, you can tell who the more powerful fighter is. Just like in the last fight, every time he seems like he gets hit by Dyer, it looks like he's kind of wobbling.
My time. Stop time.
Time called by referee Andrew Glenn. This will be a medical timeout.
Doc, come here, Doc.
Once again, we talked about it for one of the other fights. They're not really wanting to see how much blood it is. They're just seeing if that's going to stay in the eye, if that's going to keep dripping in the eye. That's when they have to worry about stopping it. If it's just going down the side, if it's going down the middle, they're going to be fine.
Gotta get on him right away.
To the surprise of no one, Jared Warren wants to continue. Sporting touch of hands.
And Dyer, you can just see the whole time. I don't know what he's saying, but he's talking to him the whole time.
Break. Step back.
Left hand. Right hand. Warren trying to fight his way back in. Down here in round number 2.
Yeah, I mean, Warren doing a good job of being active. He's landing a lot more punches right now. He just got to cover up so he doesn't take those big punches every time.
Huge flurry shots. Big uppercut. Warren in real trouble now. Rocked by that uppercut. 4 uppercuts. Barrage of punches from Dyer.
Luckily, Dyer just gassed himself out right there. Look.
That is the end of round 2.
Wow, good thing for Warren right there, because Dyer had him in a bad spot, but he just punched himself out. Right at the end, he had him really hurt. Warren was just covering up the whole time. Really just couldn't defend himself. If Dyer would have stepped back and landed some good punches, they might have been able to stop the fight. Both guys looking pretty exhausted right now.
Okay. I usually work if it's a real heavy blow. Yeah. Yeah, that one's high, but it's coming down like in his eye a little, yeah. That's why I had you the first time. When he wiped like that, and I said, all right, let me let the doc see, yeah.
As you see, they're just trading punches right now. You can see who throws the harder punch right there is Dyer.
Seconds out. Seconds out, guys.
You can just see the power in every one of those shots now. Even when he's blocking those punches, knocking his head off balance.
Knuckle up.
Round number 3. Step in by Dyer. Warren slide step back, then throwing the left hand. Back to the inside.
Break.
Still to come, it's our main event. Thiago Alves, the UFC veteran, in his highly anticipated BKFC debut versus Julian Lane at 185 pounds.
Break, gentlemen. Break.
And Dyer just coming straight
forward
forward
out of there,
right
guys.
now.
Knuckle up.
Throwing bombs the entire time, and he's not really setting it up well.
Warren stepping back, his arms dropping, but then lands the right hand, and he puts Dyer in trouble. Dyer now turning. There's the clinch.
Step back. Step back.
Andrew Glenn doing a great job of keeping this fight flowing.
Look at Dyer just walking straight forward, man. He's looking like something from a horror movie, like Michael Myers or say, just coming straight
Keep the
forward.
fingers in, guys. Keep your fingers in.
You heard Andrew Glenn telling both fighters, keep your fingers in. Dyer throwing a lot of those rear naked uppercuts, but they are landing, Chris.
Yeah, and I mean, he just doesn't.
Work out of there. Work out of there.
Big shots again.
Yeah, stay there.
He needs to step out and hit to the body right there. That body's wide open, man. I'm not sure what Warren's doing. He needs
Andrew Glenn may stop this, and he does. Game, set, match, Josh Dyer.
pure power right there. Dyer just kept hitting him with powerful, powerful shots. Even though he was able to cover up with Warren, he just couldn't withstand the onslaught.
Jared Warren, again, he is the veteran of 3 pro MMA bouts. That's against his MMA instinct to take a knee. But if he takes a knee, this fight most likely continues.
Yeah, but like you said, he's not used to doing that because you can't. But that's where you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what sport you're involved with right now. Taking a knee right now gives him a few-second break. And that might have been all it needed because Dyer looked like he was getting extremely tired out there. He spent a lot of energy putting everything into every punch. It's just like when in baseball, you can't throw fastballs every time. You have to throw some curves and some change-ups because your arm's going to give out. The same thing was going on there. Dyer was throwing everything with every punch, and it wore him out. They were only halfway through the 3rd round there.
Excellent stuff. Perfect. Thank you.
Great fight, though. Very entertaining. Done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Saved his ass.
Yeah.
Extremely entertaining indeed.
You know, I'd like to see Dyer fighting, and hopefully he can learn a lot from this fight. He can learn how to pace himself a little bit. He can learn how to not eat as many punches. I mean, because he was just walking through them like there was nobody going to stop him, but he's got to be careful. You will get hurt in this sport doing that. Great debut, though. Great fight for him.
In the corner.
Josh Dyer now 1-0. BKFC and 2-0 overall.
Let's go, guys. Here we go.
Fighter.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute 16 seconds into round number 3 for your winner by TKO, Josh Dyer.
Dyer's going to give a lot of people problems in this division because he can hit so hard and he's such a tough guy.
The winner, by way of 3rd round TKO, Josh Dyer defeats Jared Warren.
There he is right there, just throwing hard punches.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 47 live Friday, July 14th. In the main event, the middleweight world title is on the line when Dave Redneck Mundell defends his title against the #1 ranked Mike The Marine Richman. In the co-main event, former foes fight for interim light heavyweight gold when Jared Captain Deadpool Warren fights Josh D-Day Dyer. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
July 14th, BKFC arrives in Lakeland, Florida. The middleweight champion David Redneck Mundell looks to defend his title against the #1 ranked Mike The Marine Richman. Mundell aims to add to his current 4-fight win streak with another devastating knockout in his middleweight reign. Mike Richman is coming off a firefight against the #2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world and current light heavyweight champ Lorenzo Hunt. Richman is now back at his natural weight class where he has remained unbeaten.
I'm the baddest motherfucker here. I'm tired of you. I want that fucking title.
On July 14th, two men who always look to finish the fight will meet head-on in a bout that determines who will be the middleweight champion of the world. This is BKFC Spotlight. Mundell versus Richman. In the Sunshine State resides the current BKFC middleweight champion of the world, David Mundell. This summer, he's aiming to make his first title defense in spectacular fashion and show the world that he's here to stay.
Training at Shift MMA is great. It's the best gym around. It's where all these fighters want to be. We have people come in from all over the place for the camps, and we have the top level people here. We got Coach Odd, who mastermind behind all this stuff and makes us super comfortable when we go in there, and everything else is just easy work.
We don't ever really prepare for anybody in particular because we go out to control the fight. So when we fight, we take the fight where we want it to go, and I don't foresee this one being any different.
I'm super excited about this fight because Mike, I feel like he's the second best in the division, you know, and after him, like, it's all downhill, and so I'm just ready to knock this one out the way.
Dave the Redneck Mundell!
Huge left hand. We might be done, and we are. Dave Mundell is the new BKFC 175-pound champion.
Over a decade in combat sports, but this is huge. You are world champion tonight in the Hard Rock. Just talk about it.
You know, I'm gonna wait till the next the defense to be a little bit more chipper about it.
Deep in the heart of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Mike Richman is preparing for another shot at becoming a champion. Coming off a firefight against the #2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, light heavyweight champ Lorenzo Hunt, Richman is now back at his natural weight class where he has remained unbeaten.
You know, my last fight with Lorenzo was, you know, it was crazy, right? How it played out. It was going according to plan. That was kind of how I wanted to attack him, impress him, and put the pressure on him. So in my mind, everything was going to how I wanted to execute it. And then when I put him down, I wasn't sure if he was going to get up or not. I knew he was pretty dazed, so I'm like, this could be maybe a 10 count. This could maybe be waved off, but you know, I was just going to stay relaxed and get ready for him to come up. And then I remember him making the count, and then I just kind of was like, all right, cool, get over there, just go for the finish. And then I remember kind of shuffling forward to throw my lead hook. And it's unfortunate because, you know, you had the bare knuckle world in your fingertips, and then it kind of falls right through. You know, it sets you back for a moment, but I think, you know, once you sit back, you're with your family, with your friends, you're with your kids, you kind of get refocused and dialed back in, and then you get back into it, and you're like, you know, I'm still here, I'm still the best.
I did ask for this fight. I feel like he was the most deserving fighter out there at this weight class, right behind Mike Perry, and they keep protecting their poster boys, so I'm waiting for that one next. Mike Richman doesn't intimidate me at all. I didn't even know who Mike was before BKFC. I just feel like I'm the bigger guy. Watching him fight, I see a lot of like the same things that I also do, but I have a, you know, a way wider arsenal, I feel.
He's trying to stake his claim against me. I know that they wanted to fight me because I've been on top of the show. He's the champion and he wants to fight me for a reason. Why? Because he knows I'm still the guy, and I might not even have his belt right now, but he wants to, he knows if he goes out there and he beats me, then he can elevate his name. Because as of right now, he's the champion, but there's still a lot of people that don't really know who the guy is.
Well, of course, I would love to be here and just be like, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round, or predict whatever round I'm gonna knock him out in, but that's just not the type of guy I am, you know, and it really comes down to what Mike wants to do, because if somebody wants to run for 5 rounds, it becomes a lot harder to knock somebody out. If he pushes hard in the first round, he's gonna go to sleep in the first round. So it's just gonna really based off of what he decides to do.
On July 14th in Lakeland, Florida at the Jenkins Arena, 2 middleweights collide for the title of best in the world. David Mundell and Mike Richman step inside the squared circle to determine who will walk out the BKFC middleweight champion.
I want to say thank you for keeping my belt warm. July 14th is coming back home to daddy.
Mike Richman, weren't you taught you don't go to somebody's house looking for a fight? And this is my house, bitch.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 47 live Friday, July 14th. In the main event, the middleweight world title is on the line when Dave Redneck Mundell defends his title against the #1 ranked Mike The Marine Richman. In the co-main event, former foes fight for interim light heavyweight gold when Jared Captain Deadpool Warren fights Josh D-Day Dyer. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Championship is brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. We are set right between Tampa and Orlando in Lakeland, Florida, the Swan City, and the perfect setting for two epic clashes for BKFC Gold. And we start with the preview. 2 bouts, 100% free for you. Just a sample of what you're going to see with the pay-per-view on the BKFC app. The last time Josh Dyer and Jared Warren met in the squared circle, it was Dyer that finished Warren in the 3rd round. But this time, the interim BKFC light heavyweight title is on the line, and the stakes are at an all-time high. And does it get more blue collar than our main event? Former BKFC champion Mike The Marine Richman was on the wrong end of one of the wildest knockouts in our sport. But now his sights are on the uber popular middleweight champion David Mundell. Right in his backyard. What a fight. And welcome to the RP Funding Center here in Lakeland, Florida. Once upon a time, the site for our very first Knuckle Mania. And we are back with 2 huge title fights in our co-main and our main event tonight. Going to be an incredible night here in Lakeland. You are locked in 100% free with our preview. 2 big fights, but if you want the entire show, if you want those title fights we've been talking about, you got to get the BKFC app for $7.99. You're going to get the whole show tonight, not to mention you're going to get our huge BKFC 48 card from Albuquerque on August 11th. John Dodson, J.R. Ridge battling for that flyweight championship. You're going to get all of our archive stuff. You're going to get everything with the BKFC app. If you have not downloaded this yet, what are you waiting for? You got all those apps on your phone. Get the best app in the world today going, the BKFC app. Now, folks, we are going to have a ton of fun tonight here in Lakeland, as we always do at the RP Funding Center. But let's talk a little bit about this with our entire broadcast team. Now, Sean, what happens when a redneck and a Marine walk into a ring, right? Have you heard that joke before? Listen, it's about to happen tonight in our main event. When I heard about this fight, I got goosebumps. What a main event we have with Dave Mundell and Mike Richman.
Cyrus, this truly has all of the ingredients to be an amazing world title main event. Dave Mundell, his first fight as the BKFC 175-pound champion, facing Mike Richman, the former BKFC 185-pound interim champion. Both fighters extremely powerful, extremely explosive, but they are also really patient. In our fighter meeting, Mike Richman said, both Dave Mundell and myself, we don't waste punches. We're very precise. We throw everything with purpose. I fully agree with that assessment.
Oh, I definitely agree with that. And Chris, not only do you get 1 title fight tonight, you get 2 title fights here in Lakeland. Seems like every time we come to this arena, we do it very, very big. The most exciting thing about it, though, all 4 fighters, these are highlight reel finishers.
100%. That's one thing you have to like about this. All these guys come to put on a show. They come to finish people, never put on a boring fight. If you look at all their past, nobody wants to go to the decision here. So all these guys come, they fight, they put it all out there, and that's what people want to see, and that's why I love this card. It's been so fantastic. What a great card. I'm not sure at the matchmaking, but they did a good job.
It was a while ago the first time that Josh Dyer and Gerald Warren met, but now they are back at it again. And I think, Chris, I heard you say this. They're completely different fighters. Sean, I'm so excited for this rematch, but with that belt on the line, it just ups the ante.
It was September 2020 in Daytona Beach, Florida. The second fight in the sport of bare knuckle for both Jared Warren and Josh Dyer. Josh Dyer winning by way of 3rd round TKO. But Chris, both fighters told us we have really evolved in our respective bare knuckle games since that fight.
Well, after that, Warren, he said, I actually have to train. He was doing his own training before that. He went and found a gym, but not only did he find the gym, he found probably the best bare knuckle gym in the world right now. Just nothing but great fighters out of where he's trained now. Totally different fighter. Since then, he's been completely different. And Dyer, after having only 1 loss, he decided he has to change everything up and figured out his range, how to explode, when, where, timing. Totally different fighter. Both these guys, I know it's a rematch, but it's really not. Both guys are in total different places, Sean.
I'll tell you what, listen, guys, I love every fight on this card. From the preview on, these 2 free fights are great. Main card great. Of course, the co-main and the main. But Chris, you want to make it even more exciting, you put a little money. Put some money where your mouth is. Now tell me, when you look at the odds, what jumps off the page?
A lot of good fights right here. So many different ways to make money. The one that's jumping out at me right here is Martyna Krol. Came out with one of the best jabs we've seen in all bare knuckles. She's a -300. I love that bet.
Well, if you're going to put down some money, do it right with DraftKings. $50 bonus bet with a deposit of $5 or more for our new customers. All you have to do, scan the QR code, put in BKFC 47, and you're off to the races. You're having fun. And hopefully you're making some money tonight with that free bonus bet. Now let's take a look at the rules of BKFC, brought to you by MIP 45. All fights scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Fights are scored by 3 judges on a 10-point must system. Hand drafts must be at least 1 inch below the bare knuckles. Punching in the clinch is allowed. No 3 knockdown rule. No being saved by the bell in any round. No kicks, knees, elbows, takedowns, or submissions. And now let's go to our very first Crescent Tools Tell of the Tape.
We open tonight in the featherweight division. Michael Larimore versus Daniel Gary.
And Sean, you can see here what really jumps out the page at you is Larimore has a 5-inch reach height advantage, but only a 1-inch reach advantage, which I think is more significant right there. So these guys are very even, all the categories that matter.
Daniel Gary set for bout number 3 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He's also had 4 pro MMA bouts, 1 in Bare Knuckle MMA, 1 in pro boxing. Gary wrestled at the NCAA Division I level at Gardner-Webb University. In our fighter meeting, Gary said, "I would really like to have a very measured, considerate start. However, I believe my opponent, Michael Larimore, is going to come out swinging." Gary said if he does, I will, quote, swing like a wild man.
Absolutely. Definitely wants to avoid the clinch in this situation. Surprising him being a wrestler, but he feels like his experience is really going to help him out here. He's been here. His opponent has not. He feels like that's going to be his key, getting in there. If his opponent does come in, like he said, he's not afraid to mix it up and throw hard punches.
Gary said, "I think Michael Larimore will try to initiate the clinch. If he does, I'm going to push out quickly." He said, "I feel that he's going to be long and then on the inside. I want to use my hand speed. I respect his power. I think I can match his power, and I think that I have superior quickness."
Use that quickness. He wants to use forward pressure, push the pace. He feels like this is his experience is going to play a factor. He can push the pace and wear his opponent out.
Michael Larimore set for his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut. He's had 2 pro MMA bouts. Larimore told us in our fighter meeting he will continually be thinking 2 and 3 steps ahead in this fight. Larimore is naturally right-handed. He told us he's going to keep switching stances. When we asked him, what is the difference on your stances? He said in southpaw, that's when I'm more rangy. I stay on the outside. I work off of my jab. If I want to turn up the temperature, I switch to the orthodox stance.
And I love what he was talking about, a lot of strategy. He said he wants to be a sharpshooter out there, land punches after his setups, get in the mid-range, but then he does want to work to the outside.
Larimore said of Daniel Gary, his opponent in this featherweight fight, "I think he's going to run straight forward at me. I want to use feints, but I'm ready to unload and catch him as he moves straight forward on the inside."
Said he wants to throw power early to get the respect from his opponent, and then he can dominate anyone he wants to after he gets that respect.
To get BKFC 47 officially started, we send it to the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the RP Funding Center here in Lakeland, Florida. And we welcome you to BKFC 47. BKFC Preview begins tonight with 5 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division, presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 144.2 pounds. Tonight he steps into the squared circle for the 3rd time. Fighting out of Walhalla, South Carolina, here is Daniel, the Black Mamba Gary. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 145.3 pounds. He holds an MMA record of 2 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Tampa, Florida, here is Michael Papa G. Larimore. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Daniel Gary said, I definitely want to stay in control of the tempo, the rhythm of this fight. Both fighters up to scratch. Final instructions from referee Dan Mergliata. Buckle up. Round number 1. Both fighters, as you see, in the black trunks. Blue hand wraps for Michael Larimore. Red hand wraps for Daniel Gary. Big left hand and flat on his back goes Daniel Gary.
And that was a great counter left hand, just a little rock back, lean back, came right with that straight, powerful left, made it perfectly. Gary's hurt.
The count of 10, and just like that, the win in his BKFC debut with emphasis for Michael Larimore.
And Sean, what a great job by Larimore, just waited for the right time, rocked back when his opponent threw that right hand, came straight back with the left. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait for your opponent to make a mistake, open himself up, and that's what happened there. Gary opened himself up with that right hand. When you throw that right hand, you're out of position. You can't defend everything. Larimore came with a straight left. It was a beautiful shot.
Ready? Buckle up. Watch your fingers.
See that right there? It was a little rock back, duck under, got away, got out of the way of that right hand right there. Bam! Just came back with that beautiful left hand. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as your opponent misses, make him pay. Everybody talks about it. Larimore did it.
There are BKFC debuts, and then there are BKFC debuts. 22 seconds of round number 1 for the victor, Michael Larimore versus Daniel Gary. Again, Gary said, I want a measured start. I think I'm going to have a wild start from Larimore. It wasn't a wild start from Larimore. It was controlled, but Larimore came forward. He threw power punches, and he landed that crushing left hand.
And Larimore did what he said. He was setting his opponent up. He got in range. He was waiting for that big right hand. As soon as it came, he rocked back, got out of the way, and fired right back. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait for the right time, explode in on your opponent, make it pay, make him pay for what he did. And that's exactly what Larimore did. Great job for his first fight.
Larimore told us, I'm going to continually be thinking 2 to 3 steps ahead in this fight. He really didn't have to, Chris.
Well, he didn't think 2 or 3. He thought 1. He made his opponent dump in with that right hand, got out of the way, came back with the left. Sometimes you want to plan these things, you want to keep going and waiting for 2 or 3 months, but he didn't have to. Like you said, the first one worked, that's all you have to worry about.
Daniel Gary is always game. I've, of course, commentated all 3 of his BKFC bouts. I've commentated him in MMA. He just simply got caught and finished. Huge win for Michael Larimore. We send it into the ring with Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliata, reaches the count of 10 at 22 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by KO, Michael Papa G. Larimore.
And Sean, what a fantastic debut for Larimore. Showed a lot of poise out there. He set up his opponent beautifully. That's tough to do in your first bare knuckle fight. A lot of people have a problem with range, distance. He solved it beautifully.
Michael Larimore showed composure and then showed a beautiful left hook, a one-punch knockout win and a candidate for KO of the year. Victorious by way of first-round knockout, Michael Larimore defeats Daniel Gary.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC47 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of items to choose from, with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use promo code BKFC47 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase at bareknuckleshop.com.
And BKFC live here in Lakeland, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink, OnlyFans, Crescent Tools, and Lions Not Cheap Apparel. And here we are in the RP Funding Center here for BKFC 47 to preview live and on the air. And wow, what a way to kick off the preview as Michael Larimore with a highlight reel knockout within seconds of starting the fight. Listen, this is what you get when you sign up to watch a BKFC event, and I hope that you are logged into the app and you've already paid your $7.99, because listen, the whole night's going to be this way. If you haven't seen us before, this is what we do. Highlight reels all night long. Got the QR code right there. Scan it with your phone. Nice and easy. All the kids know how to do it. And get it. BKFC 47. That includes our big title fights tonight in the co-main and in the main event. Now listen, if you get signed up right now and watch tonight's show, you're also going to get BKFC 48 August 11th. Just been recently announced that John Dodson and J.R. Ridge are going to be the first two fighters to fight for the BKFC Flyweight Championship of the world. It's never been contested. It's going to happen in Albuquerque, where we love to go. Great fight city, great main event, and we have an incredible card. And to talk about that card, let's talk to Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle. Guys, I'm so excited to go back to Albuquerque. But now that I've seen some of these fights, which everybody's about to see, I'm real excited to go to Albuquerque.
Chris, it's really interesting in our main event, and you will see our top 4 fights on this stacked card in Albuquerque, New Mexico, presented by Mid 45. Flyweight title, the inaugural 125-pound strap at stake for John Dodson, who twice in the UFC fought for the UFC 125-pound world title versus J.R. Ridge. J.R. Ridge out of Sancho. He has made his name in the world of combat sports directly in BKFC. This right now for me is what Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is all about. A main event featuring a star from another sport, MMA, and a major organization, the UFC, versus literally a homegrown BKFC star in J.R. Ridge.
And that's what you gotta love. We have people now who are wanting to just do bare knuckle. They didn't say, I want to be MMA, I want to be boxer, I want to be a bare knuckle fighter. And that's what we have to love. This is what the sport's turning into. We've been around for 5 years now. People are seeing what we're doing. They're liking it as much as we are, Sean. That's why it's growing like this.
In the middleweight division, you saw that fight as well. That is intriguing. We go down 2 feature fights, and G. Perez versus Bryce Hall. This isn't a gimmick fight. They're not going to use gloves. There are no special rules. This is going to be a bare-knuckle fight. G. Perez, you'll see him working tonight. He's one of our regular cut men. He's also 3-0 in BKFC versus Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall, and I'm talking to you if you're over 20 years old now, is one of the biggest social media influencers in the world. Both of my kids who are under 20, Chris, are really excited about this fight. They like G. Perez. They've met him, but they're really excited to see Bryce Hall. Full credit to Bryce Hall. Whatever one thinks of him through social media, he is stepping into bare knuckle. He has not asked for gloves. He has not asked for modified rules, and he is facing G. Perez, who is legit at 3-0.
And you got to give both these guys respect. You talk about Bryce Hall, he's coming into bare knuckle. That's insane. You don't want to just jump in this sport. This isn't like playing soccer or playing tennis. This is a sport you get hurt at. However, G. Perez, you got to give him respect. This guy's going up in weight. He's fought at 130. He's jumping in a weight class. He's going against a very tough guy, but, you know, going up in weight, you never can tell what's going to happen. I respect both these guys for getting out there, but it's going to be a fun fight to watch.
Cyrus, so you think about this. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, we have John Dodson, who twice fought Demetrius Johnson for the UFC 125-pound world title. And we have one of the biggest social media stars and influencers in the world in Bryce Hall coming into Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Hey, Sean, what a world we live in, right? So we're excited about it. And one thing I can say about Bryce Hall, and I'm going to direct this to you, Chris, because you know how serious this sport is. I mean, if this is just a stunt to get followers, that's a heck of a way to go about it. He has signed up for this. I've talked to him off air, off camera. He is ready to actually go in there and trade with a G. Perez that has shown us in his last 3 fights that he is the real deal. He's not just a cut man. This is a serious fighter in the division. It takes a lot of cojones to step in there bare knuckle against G. Perez.
Well, like I said, I give him mad respect for going out there and doing that. I think the thing is he feels like he's bigger, he's stronger. I know they got a little altercations. He gave him a little slap, and he feels like this guy doesn't have any power. He has something for me. It's that arrogance and cockiness thinking, I have this. Let's see if it works out, because that's a great thing to have confidence, but you got to be careful for false confidence.
Well, I'll tell you guys, that is August 11th. Let's talk about tonight. If you want to get the app, get it right now. $7.99 gets you the entire show. $7.99 gets you the co-main event and the main event, the 2 title fights. And as we just said, $7.99 is also going to get you August 11th. So that's 2 events for $8. No joke. And on top of that, if you already had the app, you would have saw what we did in Newcastle at BKFC 46. Let's take a look at some great highlights from BKFC 46.
Down goes the Denny Pernitsa on the left to the body. The count of 10. From Hamm, Germany, Dustin Raviga. Carl Thompson, the Englishman, set to make his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Pumping the jab from the southpaw stance. And down goes Carl Thompson.
Looked like a flash knockdown, Sean.
Good left hook lands from Thompson. Raviga walking through that into the clinch. The fighters back to the center circle. Double left hooks from Thompson. That was slick. Just before the bell, the lead left hook and the naked 2, that step-in right hand for Thompson. Those have been his 2 significant punches, and on cue, there's that left hook. There's that right hand. 105 remaining, round 3, left hand. Down goes Dustin Raviga.
By the way of technical knockout, call the beast from the east, Thompson.
From Poland, now based in the southwest of England in Taunton, Christian Nadolski. Aaron Blakey enters 1-0 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Nadolski very much on his back foot, active with his lead hand, takes that right hand, and down goes Christian Nadolski. 15 remaining, round number 1. You see the head movement to the mid-range for Blakey. More big shots, rear right uppercut, knockdown number 2. Nadolski off his back foot, step in right hand, more big shots to the inside, knockdown number 3.
By the way of technical knockout, Allen, loose cannon, Blakey.
Ben Hatchett, set for promotional bout number 1 at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Robbie Brown, this is his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut.
Well, Hatchett's really pushing the pace here.
Heavy into the clinch on the counter right hand, and that's ruled a flash knockdown. Here comes the mandatory 8. 25 remaining, round number 1. Oh, wow. Rear right uppercut and knockdown number 2. Right to the body, left hand into the clinch. Left hand knockdown number 3.
Every time that uppercut's landing, it's doing damage.
2 off the rear right uppercut. Off the left uppercut, knockdown number 4. Brown talking the Hatchet, who is flat on his back. This fight is over.
To technical knockout, Robbie Brown.
Patrick Sagon, this is his BKFC debut. Morgan Starkey enters 1-0 in BKFC. It's high and tight, looking to the inside, a counter left hook from Sagon, and that drops Starkey. Big shots to the inside and knockdown number 2.
By the way of technical knockout, Patrick Sagan.
This is bout number 1 in BKFC for Hayden Sheriff. Gary Fox set for bout number 2 in BKFC. Hands high and tight. Here's the left hook, and down goes Hayden Sheriff.
I'm not sure if that was a body shot.
By the way of technical knockout, the Fox, Gary Fox.
Set to make his BKFC debut, Gosha Bartolomei Krol. 1-0 in BKFC. We're coming forward now into the clinch. Big left uppercuts on the inside. Now the right hand on the inside. That backs off Gosha. Gosha sitting back, Chris, trying to land on the counters. Krol coming forward with emphasis. High, tight striking guard from Gosha covering up. Left to the body from Gosha. Right hand gets through from Krol to the head.
He can step outside his opponent's lead hand. That punch is there.
Exploding to the inside, and down goes Bartolomei Krol. This is fight number 1 in BKFC for Aaron Foster. This is the BKFC debut for Paul Cook. Round number 1. Immediate forward pressure for Paul Cook. He's in the gray trunks. Sporting touch of hands. You see the hands high and tight for Paul Cook to the body. Rear right uppercut, knockdown number 2. Jackson asking Foster if he wants to continue. He does not get the answer he's looking for.
By the way of technical knockout,
from Poland, now living in England, based in the city of Blackburn, David Oscar. Matty Hill, the Englishman, set for his BKFC debut. Double unders from Matty Hill, the separation from Chris Batcheldor. Big left hand, walk forward punches now from David Oscar. Left hook from David Oscar. There's the right hand, another right hand. Big shots, and that drops Matty Hill. Oscar leaping left hook. Shades of Roy Jones Jr. on that entry. Left hook again, knockdown number 2.
And look at that power, just a left-handed and knock his opponent right off his feet.
Full credit to Matty Hill. He's taking some big shots. Takes a big left hand for knockdown number 3. Hill trying to fire back, takes that right hand, knockdown number 4.
By the way of technical knockout, David Oscar.
Zdenek Pernica. This is his BKFC debut. Who is keen? He's 2-0 overall in the sport of bare knuckle, 1-0 promotionally in BKFC.
Pernica doing a great job keeping those hands up. That's for that body shot.
Down goes Zdenek Pernica on the left to the body. The count of 10.
By the way of technical knockout, Lewis the Machine King.
Robert Barry fighting here in his home city, Newcastle, England. There's the modified St. George's Cross, the flag of England for Ben Bonner. Final seconds, round number 1, and down goes Ben Bonner. The left hand, right hand again. More big straight shots coming forward for Robert Barry. Back to the jab goes Ben Bonner. Hard 1-2 from Robert Barry into the clinch. Half tie plum now from Ben Bonner on the separation. On the left hand into the clinch. Both fighters throwing. Big left hands, and that drops Ben Bonner. Second knockdown in this fight. It's presumably 10-8. 2-2 in rounds makes it 38-36. And there is knockdown number 3.
Sean, I don't think it's going to matter.
The scorecards will not matter. They will not be a factor. That right hand is the deciding factor.
By the way of knockout, Robert Barry.
It's Caleb Harris. 6 wins at BKFC for Harris at Rico Franco. 8-2 overall in the sport of bare knuckle. The right hand counter, left hand, and that drops Caleb Harris. Wow. Against the flow of this fight. There's right to the body, counter right to the head. Knockdown number 2. Harris on the overhand right. Straight right hand from Rico Franco. The left hand drops Caleb Harris for the 3rd time here in the 2nd round.
Wow. They got to watch out. He's going to get hurt.
Franco on the right hand, left hand. The end could be near. Knockdown number 4. Closing seconds, round number 2. 4 knockdowns recorded by Rico Franco. Make it 5 on the right hand. relentless pressure. Rico Franco coming forward, big right hand, and we might be done on that punch. More big shots to the inside for Rico Franco. Quick being a technician, he is not rushing off the jab, right hand. Surely we are done on this knockdown. Knockdown number 7. Caleb Harris again to his feet, still in this fight. Dropped 5 times in round number 2, and now 3 times here in round number 3, right to the body.
Franco is dictating exactly when and where the fight happened. It's been ever since. Oh!
There's a big right hand!
Oh!
Mouthpiece out! Franco took that right hand and knocked out his mouthpiece. There's the left hand, the right hand from Caleb Harris. More big shots now from Harris. Counter left hand from Harris. Rico Franco walks through it. More big shots. Knockdown number 9. Game, set, match, Rico Franco.
Wow, what a performance right there.
Due to technical knockout, Rico Franco.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC47 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of items to choose from, with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use promo code BKFC47 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase at bareknuckleshop.com.
Set now for about at 165 pounds. Crescent Tools brings you our tale of the tape for Jafar Fortt versus Tim Hester.
And Sean, you can see here, it's the 4-inch reach advantage for Fortt that is the big difference right there. You know, Tim Hester wants to get inside and land those heavy shots. Fort's got to stay outside and make him pay each time he tries to get close.
Tim Hester made his BKFC debut in June of last year. He defeated Christian Torres by unanimous decision.
And you can see, look what Hester does a great job of trying to get right into the pocket. That's where he does his damage. He's in the pocket, land hard shots. But look how relaxed, calm, takes exactly what the defense is giving you. He sees the hands were up, I'm gonna go to the body. Does a great job right there. Showed a lot of poise, precision out there. Wants to get on the inside, get in that pocket, and do a lot of damage from that position.
Tim Hester, 1-0 in BKFC. He's 1-0 in his pro MMA career. Hester, a very good AMI in MMA, where he compiled a record of 7-1. He wrestled at Iowa Western Community College, and in our fighter meeting, Hester said, I want to use my folk-style wrestling base to control my opponent, Jafar Fortt, in the clinch.
He feels like his opponent cannot fight backing up, so he wants to make him back up. Change angles, change levels, change the way he comes and addresses this. That's why he puts his opponent backwards. He cannot fight that way.
Hester said, uppercuts in the clinch. I'm going to keep throwing to Jafar Fort's body, and I'm also going to keep talking to Fortt. I feel I can break him mentally.
Feels like his opponent will wear down, will break. He just got to push the pace the entire time, and that's what's going to be able to get him to tire him out.
Jafar Fortt made his BKFC debut in November of last year. He defeated Chris Cornelius by first-round KO.
And you can just see right here, that straight left hand, good power, keeps his range well. Did a great job this fight of beating a very tough fighter, but it was just that straight left hand, those clean, powerful shots is what did the damage right there. Looked very good, but wants to stay long, wants to stay outside and land those hard shots.
Jafar Fortt, 1-0 in BKFC. He's had 4 pro MMA bouts, Fortt told us, I train to record knockouts, not TKOs. In this fight, I'm going to showcase my explosiveness, and I'm going to showcase my movement.
And the thing he says, it's his defense. His defense is what he focuses on, and that leads to good offense.
Fortt said straight punches. I'm going to keep flowing from the outside to the mid-range and back. I'm going to move and counter if Tim Hester tries to initiate the clinch. I do not want to get stuck in his clinch.
He feels like he's going to surprise his opponent with his speed and his power. Feels like he has the power advantage in this fight and wants to utilize it.
Fortt said of Tim Hester, his opponent in this welterweight fight, he's going to come forward aggressively. I respect his clinch, but I think he is very hittable as he moves forward.
He feels like he's hittable because he's faster than his opponents. He can come out there, utilize that speed, be smart, go out there, land those hard shots, and don't be there to get hit.
Back to the ring, and Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears the patriotic colors of the United States of America. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 165.6 pounds. He holds an undefeated BKFC record at 1-0. Fighting out of Columbus, Georgia. Here is Tim, the Homelander, Hester. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears green. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 162.6 pounds. He also holds an undefeated BKFC record at 1-0. Fighting out of Clearwater, Florida, by way of Stamford, Connecticut. Here is Jafar Fort Knox. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
In our fighter meeting, we talked with Tim Hester about Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman, 1974, Kinshasa, Zaire. In the mental games, the talking Ali did to Foreman. Hester said, I will do the same to Fortt. I'll break him physically, but first I will break him mentally. Green trunks for Jafar Fortt. American flag trunks for Tim Hester. And time called on the low blow by referee Chris Young.
Sean, that landed right on the button right there. You can see that. Don't think it was intentional. Just look mad because he threw it right there, and that's exactly where it landed. But sometimes going for that body, difficult to exactly place.
Fortt now has up to 5 minutes to recover from this low blow.
Look at this right hand. Ooh, definitely caught him.
Time in, right back to it. To the inside, that looked low with the right hook by Hester. No complaint from Fortt. Referee Chris Young.
You can see Hester definitely wanted to target the body.
Fortt off of the jab right back from Hester. Much more open stance for Jafar Fortt. Constant level changes, nearly a clash of heads. Both fighters changing levels to the low side. That jab to the body. Jab counter right. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1. On the right hook, right back, and that's ruled a knockdown.
Thought that was more of a push, but the punch did land there.
Chris, it appeared to be more of a pushing right hand. Ruled a knockdown by Chris Young. No complaint from Fortt. Right back to it. Step in jab from Hester. Talked about aggressively. We're seeing that right now. Fortt still coming forward, trying to mirror the hips now of Tim Hester.
Hester talked about pressure to the body, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's throwing a lot to the body right now. He's going to make his opponent drop those hands, eventually going to come upstairs.
Hester cut outside of his right brow. The overhand right. If Hester has started talking to Fortt, we have not detected that yet. Final seconds, round number 1. Forward pressure now from Jafar Fortt. Fortt, movement on the level change. Resetting in the center circle. That is the end of round 1.
Very good round there for Hester when he mixed it to the body, and a lot of good shots there. Fortt did a good job. It was just that one knockdown that was the problem right there. It's very close competitive round besides that.
We're going after that cut. All right? But what I want you to do, I don't want you coming forward. I want you putting that stick out there and make him come to you, okay? How you feeling? You okay?
Right there.
Take that target
You
away.
see, the problem was Fortt was coming forward too hard right there. As soon as Tim Hester stopped and threw that left hand, that's what did. That's what caused a knockdown. You're backing up anyway. You run into the opponent, fell back.
It was definitely a push, almost a frame with the right hand, but the left hand most definitely landed. That's why the knockdown was ruled by referee Chris Young. And again, no complaint from Fortt. I think that's a good bit of refereeing from Chris Young, seeing that left hand after the framing right.
Look it up.
So presumably at 10-8, round number 1 for Tim Hester. To round number 2 we go. See the fan on the level change, overhand left, misses. Resetting. So right hook to the body.
Back to back, a body attack right there from Hester.
Now the talking is coming from Tim Hester. He said the foreman in Zaire, George, they told me you can hit like Sonny Liston. I'm not sure if Hester will break that one out. Change left hand just misses from Hester. Again, a right to the body.
Hester doing a good job of trying to jab that body, but then wait for his opponent to come in so we can counter with that right hook, I should say.
That's the left. Nearly a full takedown. Fortt now on the canvas, clearly a slip. So we get the soft warning from referee Chris Young to Tim Hester.
That was a beautiful double leg, however, wrong sport.
Hester didn't quite finish the double leg, but Fortt felt he was off balance and went ahead to the canvas. Right back to it. There's the sporting touch of hands. 45 seconds remaining, round number 2. We're at 165 pounds. The jab from the southpaw stands for Fortt. Hester, that was clever jab hook. Through that jab hook from southpaw, now back to orthodox. With the overhand right from orthodox, right to the body. 25 seconds remaining, round 2. Snap jab right back from Fortt and the counter from Hester. The fighters continuing to look to change levels on the inside. You see that cut outside of Hester's right brow. Again, forward pressure. Hester trying to counter with that rear right hand. Fortt pulling back the left hand. The spin out, the bell. Next stop, round 3.
So I feel like both guys are doing a very good job of pushing off the back foot, getting in with that jab, closing a lot of space right there that makes it difficult for the other guy to have to time that counter perfectly. It's difficult to do.
Yeah, he only do it once. Don't worry about it. You step back that 2. He follows you every time, all right? You step back, let him come in.
Hook is depth. And you could change levels. Start up high, go to the body. You know what I'm saying? Once you start pulling his hands, then you feint to the body and you go up top. You know what I mean? If he go like this to the body, chop his ass. All right?
Sean, you're hearing some very good advice here. This is a very high-level fight for being our second fight, our last fight in the preliminary fights. I mean, these guys both want to know.
Check it out.
But just the way they've gone about, you can tell a very high level. These guys are very evenly matched.
Both fighters up to scratch. 3 feet apart. Knuckle up! So knuckle up as referee Chris Young starts round number 3. Full pressure from Tim Hester. You see far Fortt to lower his stance. Just misses from Fortt. And a jab to the body. Chris, we're seeing a lot of straight punches from Hester to the body of Fortt.
I'm a little surprised Hester's not getting inside and trying to push his opponent around, use that tie. He's not doing that, but he's doing a good job of ending those body shots.
There's that jab hook again from Hester. We saw in round 2. There's the right hand and the left from Fortt. Hester resetting in the center circle, switching stances. Fortt tried to catch him in the gap. Really a clash of edge. Right hand just misses from Fortt. And jab. Partially blocked by Jafar Fortt. Fortt, there's the diversionary up jab. With 60 seconds remaining, round 3. To the body.
Anytime Hester feels like there's a little opening, he's pushing that body shot right there, trying to just gain some respect from his opponent.
We're trying to stay active with that lead right hand from southpaw stance. Hester now circling out the jab. Explode back in, Hester off of the jab. Switch of stances again for Tim Hester.
Hester coming in awful low sometimes. I'd be surprised if Fortt doesn't start turning that left hand to the uppercut.
Left hand, nearly a double knockdown. But it's ruled as a knockdown for Tim Hester, although Fortt went to the knee. And here's the count from referee Chris Young to Tim Hester.
That left hand did land clean right there. Wow.
This fight is over, and the come from behind victory for Jafar Fortt.
Once again, Sean, we love it when somebody gets up off the canvas. Fortt did so. Really started looking like he was taking over as those rounds were continuing to go through. But man, that was a beautiful left hand. Caught his opponent right in a bad spot. We're going to see it right here. Watch where this left hand lands. Right on the chin. That's a worse spot when you get hit.
Fortt definitely drops to the knee, but he lands flush.
Just right on the button. You can see the way his opponent fell right there. Like you said, it did go to a knee.
For the briefest of moments, it looked like a double knockdown, but the replay confirmed it was not. Fortt just threw with such velocity and torque, he took himself down to the left knee. Jafar Fortt dropped by Tim Hester with the left hand after the framing right in round number 1, and finishes Hester in come from behind fashion in round number 3. Quality fight.
Like I said, for being our second prelim fight, that was a fantastic fight. High skill level for both guys right there. And you can just see right now the disappointment in Hester. He felt like he was in the driver's seat there, got the knockdown in the first round, felt like he was winning the fight. This is bare knuckle though, Sean. Doesn't take much. You have to be perfect sometimes.
Two fights, two finishes in bare knuckle fighting championship for Jafar Fortt. And again, Chris, showing some tenacity, pulling himself off of the canvas in round number 1 to get that knockout win in round number 3.
It wasn't just perfect right there because he had to deal with some adversity. I loved it.
We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Chris Young, steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute 58 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Jafar Fortt Knox.
What a fight for Fortt right there. He had to deal with adversity, got up off the canvas. The canvas showed a lot of poise right there. Looked great afterwards. He was just getting better and better as each round went on, and that's what we want to see. This was only a second fight. It's only done 4 rounds now. He's just going to keep getting better.
Both fighters most definitely had their moments, but the left hand with such velocity to finish the fight. Fortt taking himself to the left knee, and Hester flat on his back. Victorious by way of 3rd round TKO, Jafar Fortt defeats Tim Hester.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC47 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of items to choose from, with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use promo code BKFC47 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase at bareknuckleshop.com.
And we are here in Lakeland in the RP Funding Center, and what has been an incredible preview for you tonight as we get ready here. Take a look at this. Absolutely insane. Larimore with the big knockout. You got the QR code right there, so if you want the whole event, you just got a taste of what we can do. Then Jafar Fortt. Are you kidding me? This is in the freeview. Listen, folks, normally if the freeview is that hot, it's going to be hot all the way through. QR code was there. Get the BKFC app, $7.99. You got the whole event, including our 2 massive title fights, including August 11th in Albuquerque. 2 events, you heard me right, for $7.99. It is the best deal in combat sports. We say that a lot because it's the truth. Now, part of our main card, which is coming up next, we're going to get that started for you, is our feature fight. Branden Allen, Seth Shaffer. I'm excited about this. Gentlemen, we know what Branden Allen has done here for BKFC. He's on a great roll right now. Seth Shaffer, a great bare knuckle fighter, but now he debuts in the biggest and the best bare knuckle organization in the world, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. What a fight.
This is really interesting for me, Chris. This reminds me a lot of when I commentated Bellator, and Bellator would lose fighters to the UFC, and you would think, how will it go? Sometimes it went amazingly well. Eddie Alvarez was a champion at 155 in Bellator, became a champion in the UFC at 155. Other fighters, and you know me, I always like to be nice. I won't name names, but historically we know were great in Bellator. They really struggled in the UFC. Hence now I think is the situation we have tonight. Seth Shaffer is making his promotional BKFC debut, but in the sport of bare knuckle, he has been dominant at 3-0. Branden Allen loses his BKFC debut. Since then, 3 fights, 3 outstanding wins.
He just keeps getting better and better, does Branden Allen. You can tell by his last fight, he was showing just how technical he was and how good he is at not getting hit. He came back last time, said he's going to showcase his power, and boy, did he. A beautiful knockout, probably knockout of the year candidate, so he can do it all. We talking about Shaffer, kind of a question mark when it comes to this level of fighting, so I'm very interested to see, is he just going to be hype, or is he going to have something behind it, and he's going to really come out here and show Branden Allen something that what he really has to show.
As someone who won a lot of fight of the night bonuses and really made a name for yourself in the UFC, not just through your dominant wins, your well-rounded game, Chris, your boxing, your submissions, hitting a knee bar. Wow, insane hitting a knee bar at 170 pounds. Versus Brian Foster. That does not happen a lot. Love that submission. But you made a name for yourself, fight of the night. Branden Allen in our fighter meeting says, man, I never want to win fight of the night. That's too brutal. And we remind him who he's talking to. But there's something to that. He says, I want to be slick. I want to move. I want to be an artist. I don't just want to get in there and bang.
So funny. When he said that, I kind of started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? You're right. You don't want to be in fight of the nights and bare knuckle. You're going to be all cut up. You can't keep doing that. So you have to be slick. You have to be smart. And that's exactly what he's been. He has such good defense. He's so fast, and he hits so hard. He's tough to beat.
Guys, I'll tell you something I'm really excited about. And folks, everybody at home, if you haven't purchased yet, do it now. $7.99, get the app. You already know. The next fight we're going to see are the women inside of our squared circle. We know when the ladies toe the line, it is always an event. We have 2 of those in our main card tonight. Crystal Pittman about to go toe-to-toe with Toni Tallman, and then Martyna, Krol, and Gabrielle Roman. What about the ladies? We know they generally, gentlemen, steal the show.
Yeah, Chris, we're seeing such depth, not just in the male divisions of BKFC, but the female divisions of BKFC. 115, 125, and 135. Let's talk about Martyna Krol. We saw her in January of last year. She's 1-0 in BKFC. She's from Poland. She lived in England. She's now based in Atlanta, Georgia. She faces the UFC veteran Jocelyn Lybarger. She defeats Lybarger in 3rd round TKO fashion. and she exhibited a jab. We're not going to put the caveat saying that's one of the best female jabs we've ever seen. That does not work. That's one of the best jabs that we have ever seen at BKFC.
And Sean, I've been waiting ever since, and why has she not been back? What's going on? She looks so dominant. I want to see her fight again. She's finally back. You know, but Roman still looked fantastic in her first fight, too. Came in, you had to give her a lot of respect. Came in, going up a weight class, last-minute replacement, and looked fantastic. Got a draw out of it, but she knew she couldn't go all out. She couldn't throw hard punches the entire time because she didn't have a full camp. This time's different. She's got a full camp. She's been able to stud her opponent, knows what she has to do. That's why this should be a great fight. Two fantastic fighters. Very exciting fight.
And that's at 125. And our other female fight on this card, you will see it next. Beginning top of the hour, it starts our main card, BKFC 47. At 135 pounds, Crystal Pittman. This will be her 5th bout in BKFC versus Toni Tallman from Springfield, Missouri. Tallman is making her BKFC debut, but she has had 20 MMA fights.
And Pittman's fought here several times, and one thing you can guarantee, she comes to fight. Doesn't matter, battered, bloody, bruised up, she's going to come out here and put it on the line. She's put on a couple great fights already. I see no reason why I think this isn't going to be the same thing.
Cyrus, this has been, as you know, one of our home bases. You mentioned it earlier tonight when we started our preview. This building, RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida, the site of Knuckle Mania 1. There's always a special energy with these Florida crowds. We're feeling it here tonight.
100%. They love us here in the Sunshine State. And I know Lakeland has been asking and asking to have us back. And here we are with 2 title fights, 2 massive main events for you tonight. I'm excited about that by itself. Josh Dyer and Jared Warren, we know what they're going to bring. We talked about Crystal Pittman. They're actually together, so fighting on the same card. Jared Warren, Josh Dyer, that's a big rematch with gold on the line. Then the main event, I mean, enough said. Anytime these 2 guys get inside of the ring, doesn't matter who they're fighting, it's always exciting. Dave Mundell, Mike Richman, gold on the line. I mean, what more can you ask for? Guys, I know Knucklemania is here, but this is right along those lines of a Knucklemania card.
2 title fights, Chris. Let's first talk about the co-main, then we'll talk about the main event. Speaking of Florida, go back to September 2020. We were in Daytona Beach, Florida. 2 relatively unknown fighters on the mid-card. You have Josh Dyer. He was 1-0 in the sport of bare knuckle, making his BKFC promotional debut versus Jared Warren, 1-0 in BKFC. These fighters now have emerged as 2 absolute elites. So elite, in fact, they are fighting for a world title tonight. It is a rematch. It is so intriguing, though. We talk about range fights. This is most definitely a range fight. Dyer won the first time because he got to the inside 3rd round TKO. Warren says, like, I'm a completely different fighter.
100%. Like we talked about earlier, Warren didn't even really train for that beforehand. He trained a little bit, but wasn't at a true bare knuckle gym. Now he's at one of the best bare knuckle gyms in the world. He's so much better, training with animals every day out there, great coaching, so he feels like he's a different fighter, and I agree. Every time I've watched him, he just keeps getting better and better. But so's Dyer. Ever since he lost once, he understands what he has to do. Get in the pocket, throw hard punches, explode. When he gets in and explodes on people, they have not been able to deal with it. So who's going to be able to do their game plan? Is Warren going to be able to stand outside, land that straight left hand that nobody's been able to handle, or is it going to be Dyer gets inside, land those combos that nobody's been able to handle? So somebody's going to be able to get in there, do their game plan, and win the fight.
Guys, not only are we going to get that fight, but we have the current champ. He's running around here, too. Lorenzo Hunt is in the building. I can tell you that. So lock your doors. You never know what's going to happen. Batten down the hatches. Lorenzo Hunt's here. I'll tell you who else is here. Let's take a look at the OnlyFans exclusive look. There's the champ right there. Dave Mundell, the redneck, right here in his backyard. Old Smart, just, 30, 40 minutes away. Dave Mundell is here, and he has a crowd here, folks. Dave Mundell with his first title defense, and he had to have a dance partner. It doesn't get much better than the Marine. That's right. The Marine, Mike Richman, is back, and he's back in a title fight. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Mike Richman coming off of that Lorenzo Hunt loss. He wants that title like nothing else. Folks, it's going down here at Lakeland. Get the app right now. We'll see you at the top of the hour for BKFC 47.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC47 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of items to choose from, with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use promo code BKFC47 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase at bareknuckleshop.com.
Here. I'm tired of you. I want that fucking title.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is live from the Swan City, Lakeland, Florida, inside the RP Funding Center. This is BKFC 47, Mundell vs. Richman, with middleweight gold on the line, and it starts right now.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. We are off of the I-4 corridor. You see Tampa, Florida. Well, right down the road, we are here in Lakeland, the biggest and the baddest show. It's not in Tampa, it's not in Orlando. It is right here in Lakeland.